Hi guys, welcome back to EpicAirsoftHD. We're running again with our series of pistols. This time we have got the WE Glock 17. If you want to see our first episode of the pistol series, you can click on this annotation here. That was the WE M9 Beretta Biohazard, obviously from the game Resident Evil. But we're going to go ahead and have a look at this one. Alright, we'll unbox it here. Of course we get a manual with the gun and the gun itself. Let's have a look at the gun itself before we go over the magazine and some of the other features. This one here, you've already noticed that it's blue. That's because of UK law. If you've watched the first episode of that, you'll be able to see exactly why we have that law. But you can click down on the link in the description below to get a description of UKARA. Of course, it's UK law. This blue slide is actually anodized and is much better finished than some of the KWA painted guns that we've seen before. Actually, it's very nice anodizing. It's actually hard anodizing, which is quite a lengthy process, but it's obviously worthwhile because it looks a lot better than the paint does. The WE model itself is actually very well made. The grip itself is very realistic, and of course the metals used in the slide there are much more realistic than some of the plastic Glocks that you get. And some of the other ones is much better than the finish on the KWA, I can tell you that for sure. The machine marks around the ejection port there, and of course the edges on it are all very sharp and they look realistic. If it wasn't blue, this would be a very convincing replica. Of course, this is gas blowback, so when I pull back on the slide there, the rack's forward just like the real thing. We're going to put a magazine in just now and we're going to fire a couple of shots with it. Okay, our magazine's all green gassed up and we've got BBs in there as well, so I'm looking forward to shooting this. I really like Glocks. And we're out. Alright, it's a very crisp blowback action on this gun. The trigger is actually quite stiff, but you can feel it push your finger back for each shot. So unless you're firing like a noob like this, if you've got your trigger finger on there and you're giving it a nice squeeze, it's actually very good. It's giving you a lot of feedback and letting you know when that trigger reset is so you can start repeating your shots. Alright, I'm going to take the slide off and have a look underneath so I can show you the hop unit. So, of course, just slide it back like so, and the Glock is actually really easy to take off. There's two little, I'd say like grips. You pull them down, you slide them down towards the bottom of the receiver, then you release the slide there. Hopefully it doesn't fly off, and the whole top slide comes off with the inner workings of the blowback action. Your hop-up wheel is just situated there, and of course this gun is compatible with some TM upgrades, so you can get Type bore barrels and all sorts of stuff in there and start upgrading your gun. This is a lot less complicated than the M9, and I really like the Glock's design itself. I'll just put the slide back on. Don't need to worry about holding any bits together. Just put it on there, pull these two little tabs down again, pull it back and let it go. So there it is. It's back working again. There's hardly any work involved in there at all. Alright, let's have a look at the rear and front sight posts. Alright, the rear sight post obviously has this trademark Glock kind of U-shaped sight there, and obviously the dot on the front sight. These are a lot better than KWA's because on my KWA, the sights come off with the slightest bit of movement, which is really annoying. Obviously this is a Gen 4 model, so you've got it's a much nicer magazine release. I'll put the mag in there so you can see that. Take that back out of the box. So to remove it, just push down on this and it slides out. That's really well made as well. The magazine itself, it holds about 20 odd rounds, so this is quite a high capacity gun, and it takes a lot of gas as well, and it's also very efficient. So that is excellent bonus points. The safety on this gun is actually a trigger safety, just like the real thing. So if I try and pull the trigger without pulling on the safety, the hammer doesn't come forward. But when I push the safety in, pull the trigger, obviously engages, and if the magazine was in there, it would have fired around. With it being a Gen 4, you also get back straps to make the grip a little bit thicker. So if you've got bigger hands, this is going to be more comfortable for you. These aren't like the PX4 like we had before, where you have to take a pin out. All you need to do is actually push fit these on, and that's much easier. So once it's on there, you'd think because you push fit on there, it would come off easy. It doesn't. It's actually a pain to get back off again. If you can get your nails in there, just pull one side out, and then the other side, it comes off. So it's not going to come off on its own unless you drop the gun or something like that, in which case the back strap coming off is going to be the least of your worries. All right, we already seen how the biohazard shot. Let's take this out in the range and see how it compares against it. Okay, we're back out in our 30-meter range. As always, we use our heavy ab wood vise and we clamp the gun in place. That's so we eliminate any human error. We're actually using 0.3 gram BBs for this test, and we've adjusted the hop unit accordingly. So we're getting the BBs out to 40-50 meters with this pistol. As we see in previous episodes, especially the 226 that we did from WE, we get really good grippings even with the short barrels. So we're going to go ahead and fire some shots on target and see if we can get a replication of that result. Right, the sights are on, so we'll go ahead and we'll fire now. All right, let's see what we did to the target. Okay, before we have a look at the target, guys, you can go straight back to the shooting test by clicking on that annotation, or you can go right back to the start of the review by clicking down here. All right, let's have a look at the target now. Actually, it's shot not bad at all for a pistol. We've got a grip down here. Of course, it missed the target a couple of times, which is not a good thing. That could be due to the way we've positioned it into there, or it just could be a characteristic of the gun. But at 30 meters, a pistol, I guess, if you're taking it out there and trying to shoot someone far away, it's not a good idea as it would be if you were using your long arm. All right, you can click on some of the other pistol reviews that we've done here on these three annotations. Just hover your mouse cursor over there to highlight which one you want to have a look at. Don't forget to subscribe to us, guys. We've got another pistol review next week again. And as well, check us out on Facebook and all that good stuff. Airsoft World were the ones kind enough to supply these guns to us, so we've got some more coming up in the future. If you want to buy this gun or see the price, you can click down there and the links in the description below. I'll even link the magazines to the gun and different accessories as well, so you can check them out. Guys, again, subscribe and we'll see you next week.